Okay, this is from a really great novel by Chigozie Obioma. It is an orchestra of minorities, and this is my excerpt. No human who experiences such moments would ever want them to end. But sadly, in Uwa, things do not always happen in accordance with the expectation of man. I have seen it many times. It was thus no surprise to me that he woke up on the day it all ended, as he had been waking for many mornings, filled with the thoughts of this woman with whom he'd enjoyed 4 market weeks of bliss, 3 weeks in the calendar of the white man. Things had appeared usual for him that morning, as they had been for those 21 days, because man is without the powers of prospicience. This, I have come to believe, is mankind's greatest weakness. If only he could see the far away as clearly as he can see what is in front of him, or if only he could see the hidden as he can see what is revealed, if only he could hear that which is not spoken as well as that which is spoken, he would be saved from a great many calamities. In fact, what is it that would be able to destroy him? My host spent that Saturday waiting for his lover to come. He did not know that nothing would walk over that path between 2 rows of farmland, which ran for nearly 2 kilometers to the main road that day. He'd sat on the front porch and fixed his eyes on it from early in the morning. But as the day began to wane, things he had never considered rose from some abyss and held court with him. He had not thought to get Motu's address. He did not know where she lived. When he had asked once, begging to drive her home, she had said that her auntie would punish her severely if she ever found out Motu was keeping a boyfriend. And this had been the extent of his knowledge, that she was a maid from a village in Obioma, serving her auntie, an acquaintance not related to her by blood, in the city. She did not have a phone. He knew nothing else. That day also passed, and another came galloping in like a great baffling carriage with a loud toot and a majestic stride. He rushed to welcome it, almost trembling from the weight of expectation. But when he unlatched the door, the porch was empty. Nothing except the rust of an old carriage and the mocking sound of dry metal. The following day came garmented in the colors of a familiar sky, one that reminded him of the time Motu and he made love in the kitchen. And he'd heard for the first time the sound of air emit from a vagina. It was also the first day she took a bath in his house and put on the dress he had bought her. A gown made of sparkling blue Ankara material, which she then washed in a bucket in his bathroom and hung on the laundry rope in the yard. That was fastened between the guava tree and a stick half buried in the fence. Then they'd had sex, and she had asked him things about poultry. He had found himself telling her so much about his life that he became aware, as if by epiphany, how heavy his history had become. By sundown, he knew she would not come. He lay all day, empty, alone, and stunned, listening to the raindrops fall into the bucket and hit the ground like drum beats.